Welcome, everyone, to Staten Field on the campus of Robert C. Byrd High School for today's broadcast of Robert C. Byrd Baseball. This evening's matchup is between Big Ten conference foes, the Preston Knights, and our Robert C. Byrd Flying Eagles. I am Basil Lucas, and as always, I'm joined by my broadcast partner, former high school coach Ryan Lance. Ryan Preston comes into this evening's contest with an 0-8 record on the season. The Knights last played Saturday, where they dropped a doubleheader 9-4 to Elkins and then lost 14-3 to Grafton. Ryan, what do you expect to see from the Knights this evening?
Well, Coach, winless teams are unpredictable, and we saw this a few weeks ago with Liberty when they were in here at Loria, and they hadn't won a game, and they played the Flying Eagles tough. So, they don't have really anything to lose at this point early in the season, so it's something for the Flying Eagles to keep an eye on.
Ryan, Preston has only scored 24 runs on the season and given up 144. Coach, what do you expect the Knights need to do to compete against the potent Flying Eagles roster?
I would say that their best bet is to make this a pitcher's duel and keep the RCB runners off the base paths. That'd probably be their best way to compete this evening.
On the home front, the Flying Eagles come into tonight's contest with a 10-5 record. The Flying Eagles lost their last contest at Morgantown 7-2 on Wednesday. Ryan, what do you expect from manager Tanner Hill's Flying Eagles tonight?
Well, I think it's the thing that Coach Hill stressed this season, which is quality at bats. Get on base, set the table for your guys that are very capable of changing innings and games with one swing of the bat.
All right, we're going to take a short break, and we'll come back and talk to Robert C. Byrd manager Tanner Hill and get some insight into this evening's game. RCBSN Baseball.
Flying Eagle Network.
We had an opportunity to speak with manager Tanner Hill. Let's listen to a little bit of that interview. Manager Tanner Hill, coach, your club's coming off a tough loss to Morgantown on Wednesday. How did your team compete?
Oh, we were right in the ball game.
Notice we had the shitty later, Steve. I'm getting New York Yankees, a big league shoe hat. Got a big league shoe on the side. She says if I do this entrance, she will be good. What is that? Maybe one more. Okay.
Little technical difficulties. Let's try this one more time.
Been off for a while, Coach. Takes a little bit of time. On the flip side, great weather this evening.
Absolutely. Gorgeous night.
They got a few more hits than we did, and that's what ended up the difference. But we were right in the ball game with them all day long and played with anybody in the state, as far as I'm concerned.
Coach, we spoke about momentum last week. This season's been sporadic because of the canceled games due to weather. Therefore, momentum's been tough to come by for your team. How has your team been able to prepare with all these rainouts and even the snow out the other day?
Yeah, it's tough when you're not hitting every day, but we've had a couple good days of practice when we haven't been able to get on the field. Hopefully, with a little bit of sunshine here over the next week, we start to roll a little bit.
Coach, you're going to start junior Dior Cooper this evening on the mound. What can fans expect to see from Dior this evening?
Dior's making his first start after a couple of JV appearances, and he did a nice job for us. He's going to go fastball, curveball, and hopefully lots of strikes, and going for his first career win tonight.
Welcome to Staten
Coach, what is your Flying Eagle club need to do this evening to win their 11th game of the season?
Come out and play solid baseball. If we do what we're supposed to do, we're going to take care of this.
Coach Hill, thanks for taking some time with us for today's game, and good luck.
And now,
thanks, Coach.
for your starting lineup.
That was Tanner Hill, the manager of the Flying Eagles. Sorry about the technical difficulties. It looks like we got that ironed out.
At second base, Number 5.
Now here's
Blake
today's
Brandt.
Robert C. Byrd starting lineup. Batting first and playing right field, Evan Warren.
Playing at shortstop. Number 9, Mason Cheney.
Batting second and playing center field, Tanner Cook.
At
Batting
catcher,
third and
number
playing
23,
third base,
Lance
Nick
Snyder.
George. Batting in the cleanup spot, the first baseman, Luke Sperry.
At third base. number
Batting fifth and
32,
playing shortstop,
Caleb
Nathaniel
Wood.
Junkins. Batting sixth and playing second base, Braden
At
Thomason.
center field, number 12,
Batting
Caleb
seventh and
Landry.
doing the designated hitter, Rylan Brock. Batting eighth and doing the pitching, Dior Cooper. And batting ninth, the left fielder, Bryce Bird. Now let's talk
Number 4, Birdie
to
Hendershot.
Coach Lance and see what it's going to take to get a Bird victory today.
Designated
Ryan,
hitter,
what are your Coach Lance's keys to victory?
Coach, I think the first thing for the Flying Eagles is to jump on this team early. Again, we talked about a team that hadn't been able to pull a win out this season. You don't want to give them any hope, especially as the game goes on. So you want to try to extinguish that as quick as possible. Number two, you want to have solid fielding behind Cooper. Cooper making his first start this season. He's going to need the help of his defense behind him. And that goes into number three, which is for Cooper just to throw some strikes, get out there, relax. He doesn't have a lot of innings on the varsity level, but tonight's a great opportunity for him to get some valuable reps and gain some experience along the way.
At first base, number 15, Luke
Coach,
Sperry.
those are today's Ryan Lance's
At
keys to
shortstop,
victory.
number 9,
When we come back,
Nathaniel
we'll come back
Junkins.
with some Robert C. Byrd baseball, RCBSN baseball.
The Flying
At
Eagle
second
Network.
base, number 7,
Back here at Staten Field for the top of the first inning. Preston Knights on the road at Robert C. Byrd. Coach, beautiful night tonight for a baseball game.
Oh, it's been great weather today, and hopefully in north central West Virginia we can get past some of this crazy weather that we've been having and get some games, consecutive games like Coach Hill mentioned, getting consistent.
It's going to be a great weekend for baseball. There's a doubleheader scheduled for this evening, and tomorrow we'll be back in action again at 2 o'clock after this evening's contest.
Just putting a sleeping bag up here, aren't we?
Absolutely.
A couple hot dogs.
We'll have Herbert Hoover for a Saturday afternoon contest. It's supposed to be 80 degrees tomorrow. It's a pretty nice 73 right now in Clarksburg. Junior Dior Cooper's on the mound for the Flying Eagles, making his first career start.
Stepping up first.
Now Robert C. Byrd,
Number 15, Brady McNew.
Moved up here from Charleston. This is his first year with the Flying Eagles. And he's going to have to keep the ball in the strike zone.
He is, and he's had a couple innings relief appearance this year. But this is his first outing starting. So it's nice having, again, senior Waylon Dodd behind the plate to help keep him calm.
The first baseman, Brady McNew, up to bat. Takes the first pitch high for ball one. Brady's a left-handed batter. Second pitch is low and inside and hits McNew on the right foot. He'll take first base. It's going to put Cooper in the stretch.
I think Cooper just tried to overthrow that one a little bit. He's getting comfortable with the mound. Looks like he's kind of trying to dig him a spot in there where he can hit that landing foot in a comfortable way.
Cooper's on the mound in the full windup and
Here's just making sure you're paying attention.
Goes ahead and gets in the stretch. Layden Brandt, the second baseman, up to bat. Runner on first, nobody out, top of the first inning. Cooper with the pitch. Brandt with the bunt. Cooper picks it up. Good stretch by Luke Sperry at first base. Gets out number one for the Flying Eagles.
Great play, great decision by Cooper, not trying to be a hero and wing it down to second, and that's oftentimes where the circus music starts and everyone just starts running around the bases. So take the out, but a good job by the Knights. They did what they wanted to do, got a runner in scoring position here in the first inning.
The shortstop, Mason Cheney's up to bat. Cooper takes a look at McNew at second base, on with the pitch. Fastball. Laced into left field. There's a play at the plate. Throw by Byrd. Stop. And McNew slides in safe for the first run of the game to put the Preston Knights up 1-0. Nice hit by Cheney right there, Coach.
Clean hit right up the middle, and it was good base running. Hadn't been getting big leads, but he had a nice secondary jump, and the throw just wasn't there in time. So it's a good early test for Cooper. See how he responds. He just needs to keep throwing strikes.
Cheney's able to advance to second base on the play at the plate. First pitch into the catcher. Lance Snyder is blown away for ball one. Pitching in dirt for ball two. Two balls, no strikes.
You know, Coach, so we were talking, sometimes that's the risk you run when you try to make that play at the plate. You give up allow a runner to get in scoring position. So just decisions you got to make out there. You have to know your arm and what you're capable of. They just missed it, though.
Cooper's in the stretch. Pitches high for ball three. A little excited, beginning of the game. Releases a little bit high initially. Hopefully he can settle down and get a little bit more comfortable right now.
And sometimes that's where your landing foot's hitting or your grip on the baseball. Both can affect where the ball's going. Good job by Dodd there.
Pitch is low and away for ball four. Let's put runners on first and second. 1 out.
Base on
Top of the
ball
first
brings
inning.
up number 32, Caleb Borton.
The Knights are up 1-0.
And, you know, this is what Coach Hill wanted to see. He wanted to see Cooper out there and battle and go through some of these rough spots. It's not all going to be easy.
The third baseman, Caleb Borton's up to bat.
Wouldn't surprise me to see him try to lay something down here.
Curveball's just high for ball 1. Cooper with the pitch.
Let's get the out.
Little nubber to Cooper. Cooper picks the ball up and makes the play at first for the second out of the inning.
Again, just making the play that you need to make right there.
Stepping up to the box.
Runners is second and third,
Caleb
but you're okay. 2
Belanger.
outs. He just needs to keep throwing strikes.
The center fielder, Caleb Blanger's up to bat. Runners on second and third, 2 outs. Top of the first inning. Knights up 1-0. Cooper with a pitch. Low and away. Good stop by Dodd.
Yeah, he's had a couple today already this top half of the inning. And as a pitcher, doesn't have a lot of starting experience on a pitch like that kicks the catcher out. He's got to remember to cover home on a guy on third.
Cooper's 1-0 pitch up high inside for ball 2.
It had some nice break to it, though. If he can snap that off and get it down a little bit, that's going to be an effective pitch for him.
Cooper right on the outside corner. There's going to be a play at the plate. And Cheney's able to cross the plate on the pass ball for the second run of the inning for the Knights. Last pitch was a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Yeah, just got away from Dodd.
Make the count on Blanger. 3 balls, 1 strike. Runner on third. Cooper with the pitch. Pitch is outside for ball 4.
Base on balls brings up number 11, Jesse DeSantis.
Jesse DeSantis, the left fielder, up to bat.
You know, one of the things with being off for so long, with just getting back on the field, is the field's hard, and you see the players, they're digging, trying to get a comfortable position on the field.
Cooper's outside, or first pitch is outside for ball 1. Coach Hill's going to take a timeout and come and talk to Dior and try to calm him down.
For Coach Hill, you just want to get him through this inning, get this last out, and then reevaluate when you get in the dugout, talk to him, see how he's feeling, and that's what Coach Hill's doing right now, just to kind of relax him. And see Coach Hill out there working on the clay on the mound too. So I would imagine this is going to be a continuing theme these first couple innings. Again, first time probably in days that this field's been used, and anytime it's been wet, it gets a little hard when they're trying to get it ready. So players are trying to get their footing and get the spots that they're comfortable.
Coach Hill's got his bullpen up. Logan Frum, freshman's up, warming up right now. 1 ball, no strikes. Curveball's in there for a strike. And Blanger's able to steal second base, first and third. That was a good, smart move by the Flying Eagles not to make any play right there. And
Yeah, that was a good pitch by Cooper too.
1-1. Curveball, swing and a miss, strike 2. So a little conversation hopefully settle Coop down a little bit, and with Coach Hill, and
Well,
came back with 2 strikes.
It seems like he's comfortable with that curveball.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Curveball's fouled away to stay alive.
That's
It's the left fielder, DeSantis.
3 straight. not broke.
Runners on second and third, 2 outs. Knights up 2-0. Curveball, swing and a miss. It's in the dirt. Dodd's going to have to pick it up and go to first base. And as he throws a strike to first base to Sperry for the 3rd out of the inning. So the Knights start out with 2 runs on 1 hit. 2 runners left on base at the end of the first half inning. Preston Knights, 2. Flying Eagles coming to bat. RCBSN Baseball.
The Flying Eagle Network.
All right, back here at Staten Field.
Stepping up for the rubber receiver,
Bottom of the
Flying
first
Eagles,
inning.
number 4,
Flying Eagles are
Evan
down
Warner.
2-0. Familiar bat leading off for the Flying Eagles, the right fielder, number 4, Evan Warren.
Evan's having a great start to his season, batting a robust 400, and actually had the last game we did versus Grafton had the walk-off hit to win it for the Flying Eagles.
Senior Brody Hendershot's on the mound for the Knights. Second pitch is on the outside corner for strike 1. That'll even the count. 1 ball, 1 strike on Warren.
Hendershot got some nice pop in his fastball, too.
Hendershot in the windup. Here's the pitch. Ball's outside for ball 2, or pitches outside for ball 2.
That overhand delivery he has, if he can really hide his curveball with it.
Warren hits the ball to the first baseman, Brody McNew, for the first out.
Evan got a little under that one.
Stepping up now
That's
for
going to
Flying
bring up
Eagles, number
the
1,
center fielder,
Tanner
number 1, Tanner
Cook.
Cook. Tanner's got some pop at his bat for a number 2 hitter. Hendershot with the pitch. Up high for ball 1.
These first 5 batters for the Flying Eagles, they all can take it for a ride. And the way Hendershot throws, it doesn't take a lot to make some contact and get it out of here.
Hendershot's second pitch is low and away for ball 2. Tanner Cook's in a hitter's count, 2 balls, no strikes. We'll see if he wants to see a strike first. Hendershot in the windup. Fastball right down the middle.
Legged it out.
Plays made by Mason Chaney. Tanner's able to outrun the play at shortstop.
George.
Yeah, I thought he might have waited on that one a little bit too much at shortstop, Chaney. So not used to the field, understandable.
That's going to bring up the third baseman, Nick George. And the official scorer has officially given that an E6, so that's a way to hustle up the line by Tanner Cook. Hendershot steps off, throws the first. Cook's in there safely. Didn't even have to slide. He may get a bigger lead now, Coach. He's now seen his pickoff move, which maybe that's not his best move. Maybe that was just the one to start out with. Hendershot comes set. Cook's on the run. Snyder throws to the right, and Tanner Cook's able to steal second base.
Yeah, good jump by Cook. Wasn't really a play down at second. That's what the Flying Eagles want to do. They want to be aggressive on the base pass, get the other team moving a little bit, get that infield swinging around, and see if they can find some alleys.
Hendershot with a fake move to second base. Nobody there. He's in the stretch. Second pitch is low and away for ball 2. George ahead in the count. 2 balls, no strikes.
Coach Hill just instructed Nick to zone in. He's got to really like it.
Curve ball in there for strike 1. There's a nice pitch by Hendershot.
It was a really good pitch.
And a 2-0 count.
I think it fooled Nick, but good job by George laying off that pitch.
Actually, 3 balls, 1 strike. Hendershot from the stretch. Here's the pitch. Curveball in for strike 2. He's came back-to-back off-speed pitches, and both of them been there for strikes.
Well, you hate to sit on a curveball, but you got to think one's coming here.
Hendershot with the pitch. Curveballs inside. And hits Nick George on the left shoulder. He's going to take first base.
Sperry.
Flying Eagles have runners on first and second. 1 out. It's going to bring up the cleanup hitter, the first baseman, Luke Sperry.
Hendershot seemed to have gotten pretty comfortable with his curveball.
Hendershot steps off.
The risk that he runs, though, is if he hangs it, and one of these guys are sitting on it, it could knock off the goalpost.
Sperry stealing.
Double steal by Robert C. Bird.
Actually, Cook and Nick George still second and third. Sperry takes the first pitch for ball 1.
I love the aggressiveness, especially if he's going to keep throwing curveballs. You can get some jumps on the base pass.
Second pitch is in the dirt for ball 2. Fortuitous bounce.
Good job by the
off of Schneider's
catcher,
shin guards.
sticking his nose in there.
2 balls, no strikes on a cleanup hitter. Cook on third, George on second. Here's the pitch. Curveball's in there for strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike.
And he throws it right over the plate, too. He doesn't bend it on the inner or the outer half. It's right over the middle. And it's freezing these batters. Let's see if they get used to it.
Hendershot with a breaking ball. Line down, foul, down the third base line. It's going to even the count on Sperry.
I think Sperry was used to that pitch right there. He was sitting on it. But again, if you're going to keep throwing the pitch right over the middle, that's the risk you run.
Henry shot from the stretch. Here's the pitch. Fouled off. Looks Sperry's battling. Seen that curveball 3 consecutive pitches, Coach.
Yeah. It was actually a little bit more on the outer half. If he could keep those hands back and drive it to right field, he's going to take it for a ride. I think he tried to pull that one, just staying alive.
Here comes a pitch. And again, the curveball doesn't break. Hits off Sperry's forearm. And the Flying Eagles have the bases juiced with 1 out.
Number 9, Nathaniel.
Big fan.
Junkins.
Going to bring up the shortstop, Nathaniel Junkins. Hendershot hasn't started any of the batters with a breaking ball yet. I'd have to believe, and maybe he starts off thin that way.
Yeah.
It's the only pitch he's consistently thrown for a strike.
That's a good call.
Curveball's in there for strike 1.
I mean, he hasn't really shown an ability to get his fastball consistently over the plate. So, at some point, with your Flying Eagles, you're probably looking for it.
Pitch gets by Snyder. Here comes Cook, and that'll be the first run for the Flying Eagles. Cuts the lead in half, 2-1. It's going to take runners on the bases, move up 90 feet. George now on third base, Sperry on second.
And that's the risk you run when you're not consistent with your fastball, especially with runners at second and third. It can create a tough situation there.
Pitch is in the dirt. Stopped by Hendershot.
Big Nick thought about it.
Or picked up by Hendershot. Stop was made by Snyder. Good job keeping the ball in front of him there, Coach.
Yeah, it was a good job. And really thought Nick was going to come barreling in, but Coach Hill gently talked him out of it.
2 balls, 1 strike. First base open. Hendershot from the stretch. Here's the pitch. Curveball. Foul down the third base line.
Ooh, they're calling fair.
They called it fair. My fault.
Well, I'm with you.
And that's going to score 2 as George and Sperry
Wow.
both score on the RBI single by Nathaniel Junkins. Flying Eagles take the lead 3-2.
Number 7, Braden Tomlinson.
That ump was the only guy in the stadium that thought that was fair.
Well, Coach, what it is, we don't have the best angle,
We
from
don't.
where we're perched, and again, I thought everybody on the bases did a good job of moving on the play. We're able to score 2 runs in that situation.
They didn't make assumptions, and that's what you want in your base runners.
So RBI single for Nathaniel Junkins, going to plate 2 runs for the Flying Eagles. Now, up to bat, second baseman Braden Thomas, and Junkins on the steal, and he's safely into second base. Great jump by Junkins. Thomason's having a nice start to the season. Hendershot tries a pickoff play to second base. Brant made a nice catch right there. That ball could have been in center field easily.
Yeah. Did a good job, and he's hanging out at second. Big open hole in the right side.
Oh, and a ground ball. Seeing eye single between shortstop and third.
Oh.
Junkins is held up by Coach Hill. As DeSantis throws it in.
Number 5, the DH.
I really like that play by Coach Hill. We got a rally going right now. There's no sense in taking any chances. You got, now first and third, still 1 out. You've got Ryland Rock, the DH, up to bat.
Probably getting Thomason down to second here on the next couple pitches and Rock's very capable of bringing them home. So
Thomason with a huge jump. No play at second base. That's going to put runners in scoring position at second and third. Rock's pitches. Hit foul. The ball had a lot of spin on it there, Coach. I was kind of shocked the catcher with nobody running didn't try to see what was going to happen right there.
yeah, and you know the thing, the Flying Eagles going to have to decide with the curveballs. Let this pitch happen.
Pitch is outside. Here comes Junkins. Junkins slides in safe for the fourth run. And heads up play by Braden Thomason as the throw from the catcher gets past Hendershot, and he comes around third and scores.
Great play. Tremendous play by Braden.
Flying Eagles pick up runs 4 and 5 on the wild pitch.
I was going to say, Coach, with the curveball, if it's going to stay on the inner to the middle part of the plate, at some point, if it starts working on the outer half, Flying Eagles are really going to have to quit trying to pull it and just take it that way. Otherwise, they're just going to hit some ground balls to the third baseman and a shortstop. So,
Glenn McNew calls timeout. Come out and try to have a little discussion with Hendershot, maybe settle him down. Nobody on base right now. Ryland Rock, no balls, 1 strike when play resumes. Check that, no balls, 2 strikes. Well, 2 balls, excuse me. 2 balls, no strikes. Pitch is inside. And the pitch is outside for ball 4.
Ball brings up number 6, Dior Cooper.
Rock's on first base. The Flying Eagles have been really aggressive with runners on. They've had 3 or 4 stolen bases already. I look for to be aggressive again here with Rock on.
they don't really have any base stoppers in the lineup. They're all pretty athletic, so they can run.
First pitch to Dior Cooper, the pitcher. Low and away for ball 1. Dior trying to help himself out. It's up 5-2. Rock with the lead at first base. Hendershot in the stretch. Here's the pitch. Rock takes off. Pitch is high. Schneider with the throw to second base to Brandt. And Rock slides in safe for a stolen base. Flying Eagles look like the Mountaineers right now, still on bases.
Yeah, they're going round and round.
Hendershot, pickoff play to Brandt. Rock in there safe at second base. 1 ball, no strikes on Dior Cooper. Cooper trying to help himself out. Pitch is in the dirt, gets by Schneider. Rock's going to round third. Take a peek. He's going to go back to the bag. 2 balls, no strikes.
Yeah, Hendershot, he's pretty frustrated right now. He just can't find the plate with his fastball. Be anxious to see if he comes back to the curveball and see if that's any better for him right here.
Fastball's blown away for ball 4. Walks Cooper. Runners on first and third for the Flying Eagles. Still only 1 out. We're at the 9th batter, Bryce Bird, who's having a nice start to the season as well, Coach.
Bryce Bird's leading the team, batting average, and top in on-base percentage, and it really, I mean, we've seen Braden, for example, Braden Thomason has moved up in the lineup this season. So I really think it's a case where Coach Hill has a double leadoff situation. He's very comfortable with Bryce at the 9-hitter, and you go from Bryce into Evan Warren, it really can deliver your offense. So they've got a nice setup here this season, and he's very comfortable having Bryce where he's at.
Coach McNew come out and change pitchers. We're going to take a break after we get all the new assignments for the Knights, and we'll come back after this short break. RCBNS Baseball.
The Flying Eagle Network.
Back here at Staten Field, bottom of the first inning, Flying Eagles up 5-2. You got runners on first and third. One out. Preston's made a pitching change. They brought in a freshman, number 32, Caleb Borton. He was the third baseman. And Caleb mostly threw fastballs warming up here, Coach.
Yeah, he has some nice velocity. For a freshman, an opportunity for Preston County to get him some valuable reps. See how he handles this tough situation that he's in.
Flying Eagles have Ryland Rock on third base. Dior Cooper on.
Yeah, he balked.
And the umpire calls a balk, which is going to bring Ryland Rock across home plate for the sixth run of the game.
I think he hitched when he coming to the plate. He can only go to the plate, make a movement to the plate one time. But he's out there learning. The ump instructed him and told him what he did wrong. And
no balls, no strikes on Bryce Bird, runner on second base. First pitch is just outside for ball one. Bryce Bird has a nice hole on the right side of the infield. They have the second baseman holding on Cooper at second base.
stay in the box.
Wharton's pitch is in the dirt. Stopped by Snyder, but Snyder had no idea where it went, so Cooper advances 90 more feet.
And again, if you're a batter in that situation, you just want to stay in the batter's box. That way you can't get called for any interference or anything like that. Took a big boy cut at that pitch.
Count on Bryce Bird, 2 balls, 1 strike. Dior Cooper on third, 1 out. Bottom of the first inning.
Good.
Bryce Bird bunts. He's hustling down the line, and he's safe. And that's going to advance Cooper to score for the Flying Eagles' 7th run of this early evening. Up 7-2 now.
Yeah, fielded that ball a little late and had to really rush the throw over there.
But it's a play that could have been made, Coach. I mean, there's no question about it. That ball was right on the bag.
Yeah. I think he might have – he get hurt?
Stepping onto the box now for the Robert C. Byrd Flying Eagles, number 4, Evan Warren.
He's changing gloves.
That's what my dad always said, the violin, not the violinist. Oh, maybe he said it the other way, my fault. It's not the violin, son. It's the violinist. Borton's pitch is outside, and Bryce Bird's still second base.
Snyder's getting a lot of opportunities to get his throws down to second tonight.
Got a nice arm for a freshman.
He does. Shows good athleticism behind the plate, too.
One ball, no strikes on the right fielder, Evan Warren. Warren swings away, and it's fouled back for strike one.
I guarantee you the thing that's bugging Evan right now is he's been the only out so far in the inning, so he's been sitting on the bench this whole time thinking, I gotta get another shot at this. He just got under that swing a little bit.
One ball, one strike on Evan Warren. Bryce Bird on second base. He actually looked like he was on short. He had such a big lead. I was surprised he didn't go there, Coach.
Huge secondary lead. I think that's probably what Coach Hill just told him.
Bryce Bird takes off. He walks into third base. Borton with the pitch from the stretch. Balls hits it straight away, center field. Bryce Bird tags up. Blanger with a catch. And the throw, and Bryce Bird jogs in for run number 8 for the Flying Eagles. Nice sacrifice fly for Evan Warren.
Nice RBI by Warren.
And that'll be the 8th run for the Flying Eagles. Up the bat, the number 2 hitter, Tanner Cook.
Tanner hit one in the shortstop last at bat.
In the box now.
Warren's pitch is low for ball
Tanner
1.
Cook.
Borton's pitch is right on the outside corner for strike 1. Little expanded zone this evening.
Well, and they weren't pleased with the call before that they thought they had a strike on. So I'm just trying to make everyone happy here.
1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch is low and away for ball 2. 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Flying Eagles are up 8-2 right now. Borton's pitch, low and away for ball 3.
Snyder tried to sell that a little bit with his framing. Blue wasn't buying it. I would imagine Cook's got the green light here if he likes it.
3 balls, 1 strike. Here comes the pitch. High and inside.
Base
For
on
ball
balls,
4.
Number 23, Nick George.
Well, and if you're the Flying Eagles, you want to keep the pressure on the base pass. You want to keep moving, especially with freshman pitcher out there. You want to keep his mind occupied on hopefully something other than throwing strikes.
Coach is going to put the base stealing glove on. He's been aggressive on the base pads. He's got a really big lead. Borton If he stopped, he wasn't for very long.
Yeah.
And Cook just jogs into second base for a stolen base. Nick George up with a runner in scoring position. Pitches outside for ball 2.
I mean, you got a freshman pitcher and catcher combo here that's going up against one of the better offensive teams in Double-A, so.
Borton's pitch is high for ball 3.
I think Big Nick wanted that one a little bit. He thought about it.
Borton in the stretch. Here comes the pitch. Outside corner for strike 1. You know, and it's a tendency of a freshman as well, Coach. You know, he's trying to stay away. He's trying to play on the outside half. You know, he doesn't want to mess around with these Robert C. Byrd bats.
Yeah, and that was a nice pitch.
And that's the second time that Nick George has been hit in the game. He'll take first base.
Can't imagine that's going to put Nick in a good mood. But he shrugs it off, jogs down to first, and takes his base. What are we going to do?
That's going to bring up the cleanup hitter, the first baseman, Luke Sperry. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's just a case of wildness, Coach. I mean, there's no intent there. It's just
just got away from him.
Yep, just got away from him, and you just hate it. You're getting excited. You're trying to get a ball to hit, and you've been up twice. And Borton's first pitch on the outside corners for strike 1. Cook and George still third and second base, respectively. Again, it's the second time that's happened.
They're keeping the pressure on.
Ball's fouled back high and just out of play, right off the
Thought you had that
press
Coach.
box. I just missed it. That drip edge caught me, Coach.
Yeah.
I had it without the drip edge. 1 ball, or actually no ball, 2 strikes on Sperry. Runners on second and third.
See if he goes after him here with his count.
Pitches inside and hits Sperry for the second time. And he'll go on down to first base.
You know, if there's good news in this, it's that these RCB batters are getting hit on the shoulder or, you know, the butt or the thigh. They're not catching it on the elbow or the head or anything like that.
Or the hand.
The hand. Yeah, so they're able to protect themselves up there, and they're coached well enough to be able to avoid probably the major stuff.
Bases full of flying eagles again. First pitch is to Junkins, and he hits a shot to left field. Off the fence.
That clear the bases.
And that's going to score Cook, George, and Sperry on a double off the bottom of the left field fence by Nathaniel Junkins. 3-run RBI double.
You know, right down the middle, fastball, and Big Dan was sitting on it. He hit it right where it was pitched.
Flying Eagles scored their 11th run of the inning. It's going to bring up the second baseman, Braden Thomas. First pitch is low and away for ball 1. Thomason with a shot down.
Nice play.
And a nice play by the third baseman to get the final out. Bang, bang play at first base. Just barely to get Thomason. Very close play, Coach.
It was a close play. It was a great stop great stop by. As a former third baseman, I appreciate the backhand down the line, and he came up throwing. So.
I'm getting a sense of maybe you think maybe that Thomason might have been there a hair early before the throw, Coach.
You know, Coach, it's been a little bit of a layoffs. We all, officials, announcers, players, we all need to get back into the swing of things.
In the rhythm? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the Flying Eagles score 11 runs on 3 hits. There are 2 errors in the inning. At the end of 1 full inning, Robert C. Byrd 11, Preston 2, RCBSN Baseball.
The Flying Eagle Network.
Back here at Staten Field, Flying Eagles up 11-2 at the end of 1, top of the 2nd. Cooper's first pitch is blown away for ball 1. The third baseman, Brady Hendershot, who just made a tremendous play at the end of the bottom half of the first inning, and that usually, that's usually good for a player to make a big play in the field, Coach, and then come back out and get to bat. His adrenaline's probably going right now.
Still had something left in the arm, too, with that throw.
Cooper from the stretch. Pitches up high for ball 2. Hoping this big lead would, calm down Cooper a little bit. And
yeah, Cooper got at bat last inning and scored a run, so. Good back-to-back pitches by Cooper.
Hendershot fouls off the second pitch. It's going to even the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Cooper in the full windup. Here's the pitch. Speed pitch. Just strike. And Hendershot's able to beat out the wild pitch for a strikeout and to advance the runner at first base. It's going to bring up the DH, Jackson Turner.
Step in the box now for the Preston Knights designated hitter, Jackson Turner.
First pitch is for ball 1.
Well, you hate to see that happen with Cooper. He gets that first out that is for naught.
Cooper threw it in with a breaking ball for strike 1.
I mean, we saw last inning. He went through several batters, and that was his best pitch. So we'll see if he feels comfortable throwing it again here.
Pitch is outside for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. We'll see if the Knights want to get running hit and run count right now. 2 balls, 1 strike. Hendershot on first base, the third baseman. Cooper with the pitch up the middle. Junkins is able to touch second base and get the lead runner. Turner beats out the throw to first. Fielder's choice. Going to be 1 out. 1 on. That's going to bring up the number 9 hitter.
Another lefty.
The box now, number 15, Brody McNew.
Actually, he's going to bring up the, he's going to bring up the leadoff hitter, the first baseman, Brady McNew. Cooper tries pickoff play on Turner at first and slides in head first. Ball is kicked away, but no advancement by Turner. Sperry able to corral the ball before any action occurs. Cooper from the stretch. Here's the pitch. Inside, ball 1.
Coach Hill offering up some support for Cooper.
McNew fouls it away out of play.
McNew was hit last inning.
Counts 1 ball, 1 strike on McNew. Turner looks to be aggressive, or has been aggressive at first base. We'll see if he's going to take off. He gets a big secondary lead. Curveball. Flare to the shortstop. Nathaniel Junkins. Turner races back into first base. Junkins makes a play on him, but Turner's in there safely.
Call infield fly on that one, but they didn't.
In the box now for the Preston Knights, number 5, Leighton Brandt.
Good call, Coach.
It's 2 outs. The second baseman, Leighton Brandt, to bat. First pitch is in there for ball 1.
We've always talked a lot about pitchers staying in line, and I see that is something that it's just like a free throw shooter. If your technique is lined up, you have a better outcome.
Cooper's second pitch is high for ball 2.
And to me, it seems that's what Cooper's struggling with right now, is staying on line on his pitches and not falling off.
Pitch is in for ball 3. Three balls, no strikes. And the curve ball is up high for ball 4. It's going to put runners on first and second.
Brings up number 9, Mason Chaney.
First and second. Two outs. Top of the second inning. The Knights are trailing 11-2. The shortstop, Mason Chaney, up to bat. His first pitch is fouled away for strike 1.
I mean, the good news is Cooper's been around the plate these last few batters, so.
Gets ahead in the count. No balls, 1 strike. Turner on second. Brandt on first. Cooper gets a sign. Here comes the pitch. Curve balls. Hit the left field. Looks like a can of corn to Bryce Bird. Bryce Bird gets under it for the 3rd out of the inning.
Good job.
The Knights get no runs on no hits. 2 runners left on base at the end of 1.5. The Flying Eagles 11. Preston 2. RCBSN Baseball.
The Flying Eagle Network.
Back here at Staten Field, bottom of the second inning. Ryland Rock in the box to lead off the inning for the Flying Eagles. Borton's first pitch is blown away for ball one.
Ryland walked the last inning.
Wharton's pitch is low again for ball two. Yeah, I love the aggressive approach Coach Hills had with the Flying Eagles on base today. Pitches outside, swing and a miss for strike one.
Well, that's what you want to do against teams. They have a freshman catching, so you want to see if he can make a play and just put the pressure on him.
Rock with a grounder to the third baseman. Hendershot picks it up, throws on to first. McDew with a stretch and out number one.
Nice play by Hendershot. He didn't try to grab it on the in-between, stayed back. He has the arm for it. And by a couple steps.
Dior Cooper, the pitcher. Up to bat.
Dior walked the last at bat also.
Borton with the first pitch right on the outside corner for strike one.
Good first pitch on the outer half.
Big gap in left center field for Cooper if he can turn on one. Second pitch is inside for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike.
My guess is they're counting on Cooper to swing a little late against his pitcher, so they're trying to shade that to the right field.
The Wharton is mostly throwing fastballs. I don't recall even a curveball yet. It's been all fastballs. Third pitch is alone away for ball two. See, Ward's made a minor adjustment on the mound too. He's moved over more to the left side of the mound to start his left side of the rubber to start his windup.
Well, he's just missing maybe 6 inches, 8 inches outside. He's hit that several times, so that's probably maybe need to go the other way.
3 balls, 1 strike on Cooper. Here's the pitch. Low for ball 4.
But my guess is it's where he feels comfortable out there on the mound when he follows through. So.
And you brought up earlier, Coach, about the holes that when you come in relief, you're kind of in a detriment of the guys who've been pitching ahead of you where that hole is. And
yeah, what you prefer doesn't really matter because it's already been dug in.
Borton with a play on Cooper at first. Cooper slides in safely. Coop gets a pretty big lead here. Left fielder Bryce Bird up to bat. Turns on a ball down the left field line, just foul. Oh, he turned on that fastball, Coach.
Yeah, it was on the inner half. He turned on it and just a little bit. I would say he had a nice bunt last inning where he got on base. So he's capable of stroking it. He's capable of, being aggressive with bunting. So it's nice to have an athlete like that on this spot in the order.
Again, he's got a huge hole in left field right now, Coach. Left center. Horton's pitch is low and away, gets away from Snyder, goes back to the fence and enables Cooper to jog into second base on the wild pitch.
Well, based on that foul ball, the Knights have moved their left fielder a little closer to the line, trying to anticipate maybe Bird pulling this one again.
1 ball, 1 strike on Bird. Here comes the pitch. Pitch is low in the dirt for ball 2. Dior Cooper at second base.
This is oftentimes where you're pitching, the pitches that are called and your defense go hand in hand. in terms of location, what type of pitch it is. That determines how you set your defense up.
2 balls, 1 strike. Cooper takes off with a steal for third. Gets in standing up cleanly.
Well, so for example, if you have a guy at second base and you have an outside pitch called, you probably don't want to hold him and leave that hole on the right side because that's where you're anticipating that pitch being hit. So, you know, the better teams figure that stuff out and try to coordinate that.
3 balls, 1 strike, and a pitch to Bryce Bird's outside.
Base on balls, brings back the top of the order.
Bryce Bird walks.
Evan Warren.
That's going to put runners at first and third for the Flying Eagles with 1 out. We're back to the top of the order with the right fielder, Evan Warren. Horton's first pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. Bryce Bird with a big lead at first base. Second pitch on the outside corner for strike 2.
I think Coach Hill's being a little bit of a class act here, just calling off the aggressive base running. Letting Flying Eagles take their cuts at the plate.
No balls, 2 strikes. Cooper on the pass ball scores the first run of the second inning for the Flying Eagles. Bryce Bird's able to advance to second base. Looks like he tried to throw an off-speed pitch there, Coach, and just got away from him. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Evan Warren.
Yeah, doesn't look like he was able to snap it off.
Check swing down the first base line to McNew. McNew picks it up. It's going to enable Bryce Bird to advance to third base with 2 outs.
In the box now from the Flying Eagles, number 1, Tanner Cook.
It's going to bring up the center fielder, Tanner Cook. He scored twice today for the Flying Eagles.
Yeah, he's done a good job getting on base.
Pitch is blown away. Here comes Bryce Bird on the pass ball, and he scores as well. And that'll put the Flying Eagles up 13-2. The bottom of 2.
Yeah, if you're Preston County, you're just trying to stack some good pitches together, some good at bats together, and just try to get some consistency. Just keep working. Got a young team out there, especially on the mound and catching.
Schneider calls timeout to go out and talk to Caleb Borton, try to calm him down a little bit.
Yeah, they're going to be together for 4 years, so.
Second pitch is inside for ball 2. And that's been the extreme with Borton today. It's either been on the outside corner or inside or too far inside.
Yeah, he's trying to figure it out. He's trying to – well, and again, a part of it is when we talk about free throw shooter. Is it the same fundamentals? Is it the same follow-through each time? And it's the same thing for a pitcher. Developing a routine, getting comfortable in something that's consistent.
And Morton's pitch is low in the dirt for ball 4.
And when you're trying to figure it out, it's frustrating. It's frustrating for everyone, especially if you're the young man out there as a freshman trying to get this.
George.
Coach McNew is going to call timeout. Looks to make a pitching change. Looks like he's going to bring in Looks like Jackson Turner's coming in to pitch. We're going to take a short break. RCBSN Baseball.
The Flying Eagle Network.
Back here at Staten Field, bottom of the second inning. Flying Eagles up 13-2. Pitching change. The Knights bring in sophomore Jackson Turner.
Big Nick, he's been hit a couple times by pitches this evening. Probably in a grumpy mood.
Turner's pitch is in for a ball. Turner does a good job stepping back off the rubber so he doesn't have to throw to first base.
Just thinking that younger players, sometimes that eludes them when they get called for the ball with keeping their toe in the rubber. Because you have to disengage if you're going to not go to first.
Pitch is inside for strike one on Nick George. Make the count 3 balls, 1 strike. On a pinch run for the Flying Eagles, J.D. Ford. Turner's pitch is low and away for ball 4.
Base on balls brings up number 15.
That was a good job by Nick there being patient. Again, he's a guy that likes to swing the bat, and he just hasn't had a lot of strikes thrown at him tonight, and he doing what's best for the team, getting on base, and I'm sure he wanted to take a good cut at it, but wasn't the pitch for him. Coach Hill trying to get different guys in the games as pinch runners.
J.D. Ford. On first base for the Eagles, number 16, Braden Ingram.
Braden Ingram in the pinch run for Nick George.
Sperry's been hit twice tonight, hasn't he?
Yes, he has. And Jackson Turner's first pitch is in there for strike one. 2 runners on, 2 outs, bottom of the second inning. Flying Eagles been able to tack on 2 more runs. Turner's pitch just outside for ball 1. That's going to even the count on Sperry. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Again, Coach Hill being a class act, kind of taking his foot off the gas a little bit on the base pass.
Sperry gets a fastball and just misses it, fouls it back for strike 2.
Yeah, he was upset he missed that pitch. That was his pitch right there.
Took a nice cut at that pitch. There's no question about it. Flying Eagles got a little bit of work in the bullpen. Pitch is alone away for ball 2. That's going to even the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Thompson loosen up for the Flying Eagles. Sperry with a 2-2 count. Here comes the pitch. All right, on the outside corner for strike 3. And that's going to be the 3rd out of the inning. Flying Eagles score 2 runs on no hits. There's 2 runners left on base. At the end of 2 full innings, Robert C. Byrd 13, Preston 2, RCBSN Baseball.
The Flying Eagle Network.
Back here at Staten Field, gorgeous evening here at Robert C. Byrd High School. The catcher, Lance Snyder up the bat. He takes Dior Cooper's pitch low and away for ball 1. Top of the 3rd inning. Flying Eagles ahead 13-2. Cooper's pitch is high for ball 2.
Cooper had a relatively quiet inning last inning, so see if he can replicate that.
Swing and a miss by Snyder. Makes the count 2 balls, 1 strike.
It's been his best pitch tonight. The breaking ball right over the plate. It just seems like he's getting a lot of swing and misses on it.
Cooper in the windup. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That time he started down the middle and broke it to the outer half. So he's changing location a little bit.
Cooper in the windup. Here's the pitch.
That's
Curveball.
nice.
Just missed. It's going to fill the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
The curve had a little bit more 12-6 action.
Yeah, it was a nice pitch. Nice pitch, awful close. Cooper the windup, swing and a miss. Nice pitch by Cooper to get the strikeout.
I mean, in an ideal world, if you're the Flying Eagles, if you can get Cooper
In the box now for the Preston
going
Knights,
through
number
the
32,
4 or
Caleb
5 innings, if it
Borton.
goes to that, then that's just a huge for your team in terms of saving your pitching arms and getting him experience. That's a good pitch.
First pitch on the third baseman, Caleb Borton, is in for strike 1. Cooper's starting to settle down now. Pound the strikes. A nice pitch. It's a nice breaking ball on, like you said, Coach, on the outside half. Ball's in the strike zone for a long time before it broke away. That's a nice pitch.
And it was the same sequence he started with the last batter, so he's changing things up. He's figuring out things as he's going.
Pitch is high and inside for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike on Wharton. 1 out, top of the third inning. Wharton fouls the ball out of play for strike 2.
Again, I think where Dior gets in a little bit of trouble, especially when you get tired, is you don't want to continue your follow-through. And that's where the ball can stay high on you or it can kind of tail on you. So him just staying consistent with that.
Cooper with curveball.
Nice pitch.
Hit to the second baseman, Thomason. On to Sperry for out number 2.
And, I'll be honest with you, from what we've seen this season with the Flying Eagles, they have one of the better fielding teams in the conference. So if Cooper can continue to throw some strikes and let them hit the ball a little bit, and he's got the defense behind him.
Caleb Blanger up the bat. Bunts it. Fielded by Cooper. Cooper on to Sperry for out number 3. Nice clean inning by Dior Cooper, Coach.
Just the way you draw it up.
So the Knights have no runs, no hits, nobody left on base. The end of 2.5. Robert C. Byrd 13. The Preston Knights 2. RCBSN Baseball.
Flying Eagle Network. Corsini in for Junkins, it looks like.
All right, in the bat for the Flying Eagles leading off the bottom of the third inning. It's going to be Anthony Corsini for shortstop Nathaniel Junkins. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Corsini with a grounder to third base. Picked up by Borton on to first base for out number one. That was a nice play by the Knights.
Nice stretch by the first base.
Hendershot actually was Brody Hendershot with the play at third base for Preston.
He's made a couple of those this evening.
Stepping in the box now for the Rubber City Bird Flying Eagles, number 21, Micaiah Minnie.
Batting for the second baseman, Braden Thomason. It's going to be number 21, Micaiah Minnie. Pitch just outside. Ball one. Turner in the windup. Second pitch is in there for strike one. That'll even the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jackson Turner looks like he's settled down this inning. He's been much more comfortable.
Yeah, he's working both halves of the plate too, and
pitches on the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Minnie. Swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike 3 on Mackay. Second out of the inning for the Knights.
In the box now, number 25, Noah O'Neill.
Flying Eagles have another pinch hitter. Number 25, Noah O'Neill. First pitch is low for ball 1.
Coach Hill using this opportunity to get his younger guys some quality at bats against a conference opponent. So
that's a great move, Coach. You know, there's a doubleheader here this evening, and gets his young players an opportunity to see some pitches in the box, live action.
Right back at it tomorrow morning too, or tomorrow afternoon. So
second pitch by Jackson's in there for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Swing and a miss by O'Neill. Run the count to 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, I mean, Coach Hill and his staff, they've been around enough to know that to have a successful program, you've got to develop. You've got to get these guys, you know, good looks. And
Jackson's pitch is blown away for ball 2. Even the count on O'Neill, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch is inside for ball 3. O'Neill turns on that inside fastball and fouls it hard down the third base line.
you like that.
Quick hands was able to get on that pitch, Coach, and turn it over pretty quick.
That was impressive. I know if I'm Preston County, I'm throwing the outer half, see if I can take it to right field.
Jackson with the pitch in there for swinging a miss for strike 3. That's no runs on no hits. Nobody left on base for the Flying Eagles. At the end of 3 innings, Robert C. Byrd, 13, Preston 2. RCBSN Baseball.
Flying Eagle Network.
Back here, top of 4 at Staten Field. Flying Eagles up 13-2. Got a pitching change. Braden Thomason Jr. in the pitch. First pitch is in for ball 1. Second pitch fouled back by the left fielder, Jesse DeSantis. Thomason 1 ball, 1 strike. Thomason curve balls inside for ball 2.
First time we've had a chance to see Braden on the mound this season.
Nice location on the pitch by Thomason, low.
And then number 11, Jesse.
Hit the knees for strike 2. Even to count 2 balls, 2 strikes. DeSantis, the number 7 hitter for the Knights. Curveball. Hit to Cooper. Cooper on to first.
That's a good play.
Logan Frum on the catch at first base for out number 1.
Good play by the Young Bucks on that one.
In the box now for Preston Knights.
Nice solid play by the Flying Eagles.
That was a tough play for, is that Cooper at third?
Yes.
Tough play. I thought I was going to catch him in between hops, but he did a good job charging. And sometimes, Coach, that's your best bet instead of sitting and waiting. Get up there and force the issue a little bit.
Hendrick shot up to bat. Takes the first pitch for a strike. Second pitch is inside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hendrick shot fouls. Pitch back for strike 2.
Hendershot struck out, but got the first on a drop third strike. Last at bat.
Hits a ball down third base line to Dior Cooper, and Logan Frum does a great job picking the scoop off the dirt for out number 2 for the Flying Eagles. Nice play by Logan Frum.
Great play by Frum, the freshman, getting some reps at first, and he had a stretch and did a good job picking that one.
Jackson Turner.
It's nice when you're an infielder and you know that you don't have to be perfect on your throws, that you got someone at first that can has a nice range. It just makes your life easier.
Thomas's second pitch to Turner's in for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch is just outside for ball 2.
I've been impressed with Braden so far. I thought maybe he was just a thrower up there, but he's a pitcher, man. He's getting a strategy, what he wants to do, how he wants to attack hitters.
Pitch is blown away. Ball 2. Turner fouls it back. Strike 2. Even the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. No nil behind the dish now for the Flying Eagles as well. And Thomason
Just reared back on that one.
fires a fastball right down the middle. Swing and a miss for strike 3. The Knights go quietly to top of 4. No runs on no hits. Nobody left on base. At the end of 3.5, Robert C. Byrd, Flying Eagles 13. The Preston Knights 2. RCBSN Baseball.
The Flying Eagle Network.
Back here, Staten Field, Flying Eagles up 13-2.
He's switching, isn't he?
Dior Cooper, the third baseman, in the bat. He's switch hitting. He's batting left-handed this time. First pitch is low and away for ball one.
I don't see that every day.
Jackson Turner in a windup. Here's the pitch. Pitch is outside for ball two.
And it's that affects you as a pitcher. You haven't seen a lot of left-handed pitchers or left-handed hitters. You've noticed the pitching here tonight. He's kind of pitching away from him a little bit, so he's going to have to come inside. And
pitch is fouled away for strike one. Cooper a hair late on that swing.
That's a nice swing.
2 balls, 1 strike. Turner in the windup. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Even count on Dior Cooper. Pitch misses wide for ball 3.
We'll bring it at him. See if Cooper can fight it off if he doesn't like it. And put it in play if he does.
And fastball on the outside corner. Swing and a miss for strike 3.
That's a nice pitch.
In the box now for Robert C. Bird, number 11, Harrison Schinsel.
Batting for Bryce Bird. Number 11, Harrison Schinsel. Takes the ball low for ball 1. Pitch low for ball 1.
The freshman for the Flying Eagles is getting a nice at bat this evening.
Jackson's pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. That'll even the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Schinsel hits a grounder foul down the first base line. Picked up in foul territory, but
nice cut up there by Harrison. He looks like he's been aggressive with his approach.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Harrison. Turner with the pitch. Oh, and it's inside.
Harrison taking one for the team right there.
Harrison turns and is hit by the pitch.
Hit by pitch brings up number 24, Luke Dragic.
So batting for the Flying Eagles. Luke Dragic, number 24. First pitch is in there for strike 1.
Luke,
We have
another freshman.
1 on, 1 out. Bottom of the 4th inning. I'm Basil Lucas here with Ryan Lance. Dragic hits the ball to straightaway center field. Ball is bobbled by the center fielder.
Heads up play by the center.
And Caleb Blanger is able to catch the ball once it popped out of his glove.
Yeah. He
In the box now, number
good job
27,
recovering.
J.D. Ford.
Continuing the streak for the Flying Eagles. Another freshman up.
J.D. Ford batting for Tanner Cook. Ford's number 27. First pitch is in there for strike 1. Yeah, Belanger made that play just a little bit more difficult than it had to be, Coach.
Well, he knew he was on TV, and sometimes you have to spice it up, and that's what he did. And I don't blame him.
Jackson steps off and bluffs the runner back to first base. Coach Hill's set the emergency brake on the runners on base and
Sawed him off. Oh, man.
J.D. Ford hits a squibber over the first baseman's head. Just out of the reach of McNew. Into right field for a base hit.
Now for the Flying Eagles, number 16, Braden Ingram.
Yeah, he really pitched it inside, hit him on the handle. JD, that strength, he just fought it off and shot it down the right field line. And in the scorebook, Coach, that's a single that's just lined over the first baseman's head.
It's a line drive in the scorebook.
That's right.
First pitch to Braden Ingram out on the outside corner for strike one. Ingram's a sophomore for the Flying Eagles. Turner's second pitch in there for strike two.
Coach Hill electing to give his upperclassmen a little bit of a break, having 3 games in 24 hours. So good battle.
Ingram fouls the pitch off. He fights that one off to stay alive. Nice cut at the ball.
Yes,
Just missed it.
Kept his head in there. And
no balls, 2 strikes. Turner steps off.
big lead at second.
Bluff Schinsel back to second base. Ingram stays alive. Found the inside pitch back. Still no balls, 2 strikes. Busy campus here today at Robert C. Byrd. They had the Big Ten tennis tournament going on. It's been going on since this morning. And
A lot of cars, a lot of activity.
the hills are alive in Flying Eagle country. Ingram with a swing and a miss. And that'll be out in number 3. Flying Eagles score no runs on 1 hit. 2 runners are left on base. At the end of 4 innings complete, Robert C. Byrd, 13. Preston, 2. RCBSN Baseball.
Flying Eagle Network.
Now for the Preston
Top of
Knights,
5.
Braden
Back at State and Field, Flying Eagles up 13-2. Pitching change for the Flying Eagles. Freshman Garrett Stout in the pitch, lefty.
Lefty v. lefty.
And Brady McNew tomahawks the pitch down the right field line off the fence for a true leadoff triple for the Knights.
Brings up number 5, Leighton Brant.
Boy, he took that one for a ride.
Just falls inside the chalk and bounces off the fence. 2 more feet, Coach. That might have been gone.
Yeah, he got a hold of it. I thought maybe the left-handed pitcher would cause him some pause, but nope.
That brings up the second baseman, Leighton Brant. Let's see what Garrett does here. Is he going to go from the stretch? Is he going to go from the full windup?
In the box now.
I'd do what he's comfortable doing because this run really doesn't matter if you're the Flying Eagles.
McVictor's in the run for McNew in third base. Pinch runner for the Knights. Garrett Stout comes from the stretch, comes set. Here's the pitch. Pitch is in there for strike 1. It's got that little lefty tail, Coach, and I think that's what,
When you haven't seen it, as you just saw with this hitter, when you haven't seen it, it throws you off.
we were fortunate enough to grow up and play with Nathaniel Junkins' father, who was a tremendous baseball player, and he was a left-handed pitcher, and his ball broke tremendously just on his fastball. Same one. Garrett Stout. Second pitch is inside and fouled away up the first base line.
Yeah, big Storm and Norman. He could throw it. He could throw it through a car wash and not get the ball wet.
No balls, 2 strikes. Line drive back up the middle. Base hit for the Knights.
Good hitting.
We're just not fortunate enough to have the batter's name in our box score. It's a nice piece of hitting, 0-2.
The Preston Knights, number 9, Mason Cheney.
Mason Cheney up to bat. McVicker scores, and that's going to make the score 13-3 now.
Well, now, if you're the Flying Eagles and you want to get out of here a little early, then this is the run that matters at first.
Stout in the stretch. Here's the pitch. And there to Cheney for strike 1.
And I'm sure Coach Hill would like to shorten this game a little bit with all the baseball the next day that his squad is going to be participating in.
Pitch is low for ball 2. Cheney hits a shot into left field. He's going to roll on his second base for a double. Put runners on second and third for the Knights. No outs.
You got a hold of that one.
Top of the 5th inning.
In the box now for the Preston Knights, number 23, Lance Snyder.
Coach, I see that Flying Eagles had Bryce Bird up to warm up now, and he's in the bullpen warming up. But Coach Hill's got everybody. I went out in the parking lot in between the last two hitters just to check and see if he has anybody else warming up out there. It sounds like he's going to pitch everybody today.
Pitching by committee. If you're Garrett, you just really want to try to work through this tough patch. Gear down here.
Schneider. The pitch up high and away for ball 2.
You know, you said he was a freshman, and he probably hasn't been in this situation too many times, so valuable rep for that. I noticed when that pitch, he went to cover home, so at least he's thinking out there.
Pitch is high for ball 3. And up, that earlier comment, just honestly, is what we're doing. Pitching by committee, they're up 13-3, getting people opportunities to pitch. You will throw strikes and live action, and it's exactly what you do with young players. Schneider with a swing and a miss. Strike one.
And we've seen teams that are successful in this conference, they have available pitchers, guys that can get out there in all types of situations and succeed. So that's what RCB is trying to cultivate here.
Actually, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Schneider fouls it away. And O'Neill back to the fence, but it's out of play. Stout with the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Big out by Garrett Stout.
Good job by Garrett, grinding down and getting that out.
Number 4 hitter.
The box now, Ethan Wagner.
Pinch hitting for the Knights is number 14, Ethan Wagner. Stout in the stretch. Here's the pitch. Pitch is up high for ball 1.
Coach, you made a good observation earlier when you were talking about if you're a relief pitcher, you don't have the benefit of having the mound the way you want it.
Stout with the pitch.
You're at the mercy of the pitchers who've pitched before you, so your preferences don't really matter. You kind of have to make do with what you have and how it is.
Pitch is fouled back.
Honestly, if he does end up walking him here, it's not the worst thing in the world.
Runners on second and third. 1 out. Top of the 5th inning. Stout in there for strike 2. That'll make a full count here. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Wagner. Stout from the stretch. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to Dior Cooper. Cooper picks it up on to first base for out number 2.
Good job by Cooper getting the out, taking what was given. A couple times tonight, Cooper's had the opportunity to try to force a play, and he resisted the temptation. He just took the out. So it's a heads-up play by an underclassman.
So the Knights score their 4th run of the evening. It's a score of 13-4.
In the box now from Preston Knights, number 2, Nate Belanger.
Nathaniel Belanger's up to bat, number 2. Belanger hits a shot down the right field line just over the first baseman's head for an RBI single. That's the 3rd hit of the inning for the Knights in the 3rd run.
Bats are coming alive for the Knights.
Take the score of 13-5 as that allows Mason Cheney to cross home plate.
Coach Hill wants to have a talk with Garrett.
We've got a pitching change.
Is this Logan?
Looks like Logan From. While the pitching change occurs, we'll take a short break. RCBSN Baseball.
Flying Eagle Network.
Back here at Staten Field, Flying Eagles up 13-5, top of the 5th inning. Logan From in to pitch for the Flying Eagles. First pitch right on the outside corner for strike 1.
First time we've had an opportunity to see freshman Logan From pitch this season, and just watching him warm up, watching that first pitch, I like it.
DeSantis in the bat, the left fielder. Second pitch from fastball. No balls, 2 strikes. Gets ahead of DeSantis quick.
Logan, big strong kid, nice overhand delivery, and see if he has an off-speed pitch here he wants to break out.
Well, he shook off the catcher. He came straight back with the fastball. Inside for 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jesse DeSantis, the left fielder for the Knights. And fastball, swing and a miss for strike 3 to get out of the inning. The Knights score 3 runs on 3 hits. They leave 1 runner left on base at the end of 4.5 innings. The Robert C. Byrd Flying Eagles 13. The Preston Knights 5. RCBSN Baseball.
Flying Eagle Network.
Into the box now
Back
for
at
Flying Eagles,
Staten
number
Field.
18, Logan.
Bottom of
Frum.
5. The pitcher for the Flying Eagles, Logan Frum, up to bat. Jackson Turner still on the mound for the Knights. He's in there for first pitch strike. Gets ahead in the count. No balls, 1 strike. Fastball just about the same place. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Curveballs. Line down the left field line. Foul.
Good job by Logan hanging in there on that pitch. That was thrown at him and tried to curve on the inner half. And with 2 strikes as a freshman, you might think that he'd get his knees buckled, but he hung in there and fought it off. Another good one.
And Logan again pitches on the outside corner and fouls it down the first base line. So the Knights decide to play Frum straight away. 2 balls, or no balls, 2 strikes.
Straight away.
Frum swing and a check swing strike, and ball's in the dirt. Snyder has to make the throw to McNew to first base to record the first out. Shortstop Anthony Corsini up to bat.
Corsini grounded out to the third baseman last inning.
Jackson with a fastball on the inside part of the plate for strike 1. Pitch is blown away for ball 1. Jackson's pitch blown away for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Corsini.
Ooh.
Nice stop by the shortstop that throws it away. Base hit by Corsini.
Little
Sitting in the box now for the
bounce,
Eagles,
bounce,
number
hop
17,
helped him
Garrett.
out. I don't think they'd have got him anyway.
Batting for the Flying Eagles, Garrett Stout. Jackson's pitch in there on the outside corner for strike 1. Jackson Turner's settled down, Coach, and throwing a lot of strikes.
Yeah, I like the way he's approached the batters here these last few innings, and Preston County have some nice younger players.
Turner in a stretch, fastball, strike 2. Corsini still second base. Stout in the hole with 2 strikes. Turner steps off, looks back to second base, nobody carded. Corsini with the lead. Swing and a miss. Snyder throws it to On the first base to McNew for the second out of the inning.
In the box now, number 25, Noah O'Neill.
Corsini advances on the strikeout to third base.
See if O'Neill can get him an RBI and keep it alive.
So no O'Neill up to bat. First pitch is blown away for ball one. Turner in the stretch. Here comes the pitch.
Nice.
Shot straight up the middle by Noah O'Neill for a base hit. And that'll score the 14th Flying Eagle run as Anthony Corsini crosses home plate. Nice RBI single
That was a clean stroke right there.
for Noah O'Neill.
Now, I would imagine, since O'Neill represents the win here for the Flying Eagles, maybe Coach Hill's a little aggressive with him. See if they can get him in a scoring position.
O'Neill has a lead. Turner steps off. He coerces O'Neill to get back to first base without a throw. Turner with a pitch on the outside corner, strike one.
It always used to bug me as a base runner when the pitcher would just step off and make you dive back to first and wouldn't even throw it.
I don't know if it made me as mad as it made my mother. Knowing she's going to have to wash that uniform.
Well, Coach, it was different for you. You usually bypassed first and was on second or third. We were, us mortals, we had to take our singles when we could get them.
Cooper's in the hole, no balls, 2 strikes.
Good job hanging in there.
Turner with a curveball. O'Neill takes off. Cooper's able to foul the pitch away to stay alive. No balls, 2 strikes. Really good piece of hitting right there. There's a nice curveball from Turner.
You think there was a hit and run on that? You said
Well, I think O'Neill took off, and I think Cooper was just protecting the plate right there, Coach.
I got you.
Curveball outside. O'Neill steals second base as the ball hops away from the shortstop and second baseman, and shortstop's able to corral it in short center field. So O'Neill's not able to advance. Cooper with a hit here, pass ball. But, you know, if a hit would occur, the 10-run rule would be in effect. Runner on second base. 2 outs, bottom of the 5th. The Flying Eagles leading 14-5. Pitches on the inside corner, fouled away by D-Ward Cooper.
Cooper started the game on the mound, has a chance to finish the game at the plate.
1 ball, 2 strikes. He's done a good job the last couple pitches to stay alive. If he can get one through that big opening on the right side, Coach. Turner likes to stay on the outside part of the plate. Here's the pitch inside for ball 2. Turner must not have been listening to me because he threw that pitch inside for a rare occurrence.
Yeah.
On the mound.
He usually likes the outer half.
Just wanted to show Coach Lucas see how he can throw it anywhere. Turner's pitch is blown away for ball 3. Full count on Turner or on Cooper. O'Neill is on second base, representing the game-ending run. And the pitch is outside for ball 4. And I think
Nice at bat.
Jackson Turner's just getting tired, Coach.
I would say he's again, I would imagine Preston County's in the same situation Flying Eagles are in that with all the rainouts, you're going to have to make up games. So they're going to be using a lot of different pitchers. Now young Harrison Schinsel has the opportunity to end the game here, and Coach Hill wants to talk to him about that.
Okay, we got a pitching change. We'll take a break as well. RCBSN Baseball.
Flying Eagle Network.
In the box now for the Robert C. Byrd Flying Eagles, number 11, Harrison Schinsel.
Back here at Staten Field, bottom of the fifth inning. Flying Eagles on first and second, 2 outs. Harrison Schinsel at bat. Robert C. Byrd up 14-5. Mason Cheney in the pitch for the Knights. Watching Cheney warm up, he's got some pop to his fastball. He's got a nice breaking ball, Coach.
Yeah, they seem to complement each other, both of those pitches.
Cheney's a sophomore. Fastball swing and a miss by Schinsel. Even the count of 1 ball, 1 strike.
Going to be a tough matchup for Harrison. He just has to keep his head in there, just focus on contact.
Cheney's pitch is low for ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike on Schinsel. Comes the pitch. Oh, high and inside. And that's going to advance the runners. O'Neill and Cooper move up 90 feet to second and third. O'Neill represents the game-ending run.
If you're the Knights, can't let a pass ball or wild pitch occur.
And Schinsel's walked on 4 pitches.
Base 1 ball brings up number 24, Luke Dragic.
So that's going to bring up number 24, Luke Dragic. Bases are juiced again for the Flying Eagles.
Luke flew out to center last at bat. Actually,
really nice hit ball.
It was a nice, clean stroke.
Ball gets away. Here comes Noah O'Neill, and that will be the game-ending run. As the Flying Eagles are able to take tonight's contest 15-5 against the Preston Knights.
I think it was the case tonight, Coach. Both teams were trying to be judicious with their pitchers, trying to give different guys opportunities to get out there on the mound, and back at it after probably a longer layoff for both of these teams. So they were, we saw some rough spots with pitchers trying to find their locations and get their groove, and both teams battled, but the Flying Eagles did a good job, especially with their younger guys that came in, and they got valuable opportunities, and they made the most of it. So good job with Coach Hill's squad.
Absolutely. Flying Eagles were able to give a lot of younger players opportunities to play in tonight's contest. They needed to score 2 runs in that last inning and to secure the victory. And, it was mostly freshmen and sophomores that contributed in that situation. And again, as we both know, experience in varsity sports, as soon as you can get it, going to give you an opportunity to be a better player. And that's exactly what manager Tanner Hill did with his Flying Eagles today.
You're absolutely right. And there's no amount of reps in practice that can substitute for these type of moments in conference games that these guys got to experience tonight. So, kudos to them, and bodes well for the future of the Flying Eagle program.
So the Flying Eagles will take game 1, again 15-5 against the Preston County Knights. They're right back in action here shortly when they'll take on the Elkins Tigers in another Big Ten Conference game. For Ryan Lance, I'm Basil Lucas. RCBSN Baseball.
The Flying Eagle Network.